It's Thursday. It's 9:45. Do you know what your children's are watching? Your
Porn,
children's?
porn, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would be in bed if I wasn't doing this. I got to be honest with you.
Oh my gosh, I didn't close. I didn't close the other one.
Oh no,
Rookie mistake, man. Been too long.
it happens.
Yeah.
But hey, welcome to Side Jag. We're going to talk about Red One tonight. Christmas movie, the most action-packed, non-R-rated Christmas movie of all times. You know, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Die Hard, I'll let it be a Christmas movie. Okay,
Right.
there's no Santa Claus in it though, so it's just timely Christmas movie.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
know, I that was to me one of those things that happened much later down the road. Like I feel we as guys had to make a guys Christmas movie, and we went through the Rolodex and we said, oh, Die Hard.
Yeah.
Let's make that the Christmas movie. Can we all agree on that? Everyone said Hans Gruber falling off Nakatomi Plaza. It's not Christmas until it happens, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because they're there for a Christmas party. Okay, we can make it work. You know.
And that's not even. I actually like Die Hard. I even accept it as a Christmas movie, but I never watch it during Christmas time.
No, I'm not going to because there's way better movies to watch.
Yeah.
You know, and I was actually thinking about it this morning. I go, I really need to watch some Christmas movies because I need to become a little bit more festive because I'm not feeling the festive vibe. I mean, we got all the Christmas lights up finally. We went a little overboard as always.
Right.
The art is done. The house is done. I can sit back and relax and just enjoy the madness. And I haven't been able to do that because I've been working too much. And so this weekend we're going to see Disney's or Mickey's Christmas. So hopefully that will turn the tide.
Yeah, get it. You just got to get it kick-started. And once you start feeling the Christmas vibes, just let it overcome you.
Yeah. Well, it's just because I've been so busy.
Yeah.
Been so busy and trying to catch up and just and like just involved in too much of what everyone else is saying, and it's just frustrating. It's like I don't really care about you anymore. So
yeah,
I want to have my own fun.
That's how you gotta do. Like we put Boo down, not too long ago. Yeah. But he's like, you know what? Christmas early, bro. We're watching Christmas movies straight away.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
I'm down for some Grinch.
Yeah.
I like the Grinch. I like all the Grinches. I like.
I haven't watched the new one yet, but I love the Grinch.
The Cumberbatch one is they're all different. Like they all have different meanings and they're all fun. I'm down for some, which I'll probably wait. I want to see the you shoot your eye out Christmas Tale. Christmas Story.
You gotta watch.
Yeah, Christmas the train. I want to see the train one with the bell.
Polar Express. That's a good
one. Elf is a tough one.
I actually like Elf, but I don't like. It's not on my must watch.
No, I like it too, but I feel like that's every other year just because you've seen it so much and you know every line.
Yeah.
And it's like
pumpkin pie. I enjoy it the whole time it's here and we're having it. But literally, the only time I eat pumpkin pie in my life is Thanksgiving. My niece always makes me one extra. So I have that for the following week.
Yeah.
And then Christmas. And it's like, that's it. And that's enough. Like, I love it during that period. I don't need it again until next year.
No. Oh, for sure. And I don't even care about once I've had it for Thanksgiving, I'm done. To me, I'm good. I'm good. Had it. What else you got?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. And I even like the new one with Ryan Reynolds and
were they the Ghost Christmas Past thing?
Yeah, the musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That turned out pretty good.
I enjoyed that one. I was kind of surprised. I was like, you know what? I watched it again and I was like, no, this is cool.
Have you watched I can't think of it now. Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell, Netflix.
No, I need to though.
That was that we watched that on a whim.
Yeah.
Like when it came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was actually a pretty damn good Christmas movie.
Okay.
It caught me off guard. I'm
Right.
not going to say it's a classic, but
No.
if you've never seen it, it's definitely worth watching. It's probably not going to be on the rotation every year, but
No. Yeah. No, I wanted to see that one. It's like the Christmas Office Party one too. You know, you got to watch that one at least once and then be like, good. You know, yay, Christmas.
Exactly. And dude, we have watched. Let me see if I wrote any other ones that we watched down. We watched Four Christmases because they had not seen that yet. That's one with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, like 2008.
No, I don't think I've
where
seen
they're
that.
trying to go on vacation to Tahiti. They both kind of hate Christmas with their families.
Okay.
And they get busted on TV because there's a flight delay.
Yeah.
And they always say that they're going to help homeless children or help vaccinate. So they had to do all 4 Christmases because their parents are divorced.
Oh God.
And it's a really good Christmas movie.
Is that on Netflix?
That was on Netflix, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So that one was funny. I talked about the other funny one that we seen last week, or the week before last. I can't think of the name of it. But there, it was the one with Seth Rogen. That one is funny. That is kind of a Ghost of Christmas Past situation.
Okay.
It had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Falcon from Marvel, the new Captain America.
Yeah. All right, I got Christmas Chronicles. I'm gonna add that to my list. Four Christmases, though. Is that what it's called? 4 Christmases?
4 Christmases. Yep.
We don't have that. Oh, they don't have it on. Okay, so it's not on Netflix. Let's see if it's on Amazon.
Well, it's on something we have. Let me see.
4 Christmases. It is on Max.
It is on Max. Yep. That's where we've seen it.
Wow. Yeah, don't have Max.
Wait, and Prime Video. No. It's not Prime Video.
What's that?
I need to. I will text you my login for Max. See.
Oh, okay.
Again.
Okay. That'd be nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Shh, we're not doing that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I took Haley to see Red One. So we have a CMX, I think is what it's called, the movie theater.
I don't think I've heard of them.
It's
like the ones with the good sound or something like that.
It's got the chairs, the D-box chairs, and
oh shit, they move.
Yeah, I don't sit in them, but it's got those because that just sounds terrible. It was a small theater. This is tiny. I was like, wow, okay. It was the last show. It was like the 10 o'clock show or the 9 o'clock show or some shit like that. And I enjoyed it. Okay. Yeah. It was great to see The Rock with somebody other than Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And neither one of them are great leading men. Like,
yeah,
they're not. Like, The Rock is not a leading guy as much as everyone wants to think he's a great co-star.
Yeah, he's like Sam Jackson.
Yes.
Sam Jackson needs someone to bounce off of.
Correct. 100%. Yeah. The Rock needs somebody that can deal with his energy.
Right, yeah.
And his just play off of him.
Yeah.
And, and so this was that. They did a really good job together, so that he's good at buddy films.
Yeah.
Clearly. And I was surprised because when we got done, Haley goes, "Yeah, I really like that." And I was like, "Wait, what? You like that?" She's like, "Yeah, it was cool." And I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, I wasn't expecting that." She goes, "Why? You didn't think I like it?" And I go, "No, I honestly didn't." Because, it was kind of like, she goes, "No, it was good. It had a good story. And, it was funny." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah, it wasn't super bro-y.
No. Oh, God, no.
Good. Which is good.
Fred Claus is funny.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
I haven't
but
seen it in a long time either.
yeah.
The one thing that I took away from the movie is they released it in the movie theater.
Yeah.
It was not a movie.
No,
theater
that's a
movie.
Netflix movie for sure.
Yes,
Yep,
it was
that's a
supposed to
Netflix.
be, and they decided to release it in the movie theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, but they released it early.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that is going to be on some form of either pay-per-view or a streaming network by Christmas.
100%. It will probably be on Max or something like that. But
yeah, it'll definitely be a free movie to watch before Christmas is over. I guarantee it, because it won't carry steam through to next year.
No. Oh no.
No.
And it was. I think I described it as it was fun, but it's not. You're not going to watch it every year.
Oh God, no.
It's like you watch. It's a new Christmas movie that was fun. So like for that, I'm happy for that.
It's like Jingle All the Way with Sylvester or with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right. Yeah.
You watched it once. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. Oh, that could be fun.
It's funny. I never thought about it, but I think I really have only actually watched the movie fully once. Other than that, it's just been background, like it's on TV or something like that.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. This one. So the weird thing was like most of the movie was dark, which I thought was weird. The whole movie was like a dark movie, except for the one time they're at the beach. Yeah, that must have killed them because, like, oh, we got to turn on the lights.
Exactly.
Why is it always dark?
Lights are expensive.
Yeah. It's like, why is it always dark? Jesus.
Yeah. I like Krampus. I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, that was funny. But yes.
They brought Krampus. I like Chris Evans as the foil to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he ruined Christmas for all the kids at the beginning, which was like they didn't spend too long on that. It's like, hey, listen, this dude's he's not a good guy, he's basically. He's not a horrible guy, but he's not a good guy.
No.
He's not like out there murdering and stuff, but
no, because his life kind of sucks, and so he's a smart guy, and he's just doing smart guy shit to make a living, and he's a terrible dad. So
no,
it was enjoyable. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean that really about sums it up.
Yeah, it's
like you don't have to. There is a small storyline. So the whole thing is the Christmas witch is trying to punish all the naughty list people.
Yeah.
With Krampus before, and then they had like a bit of a rift, and of course Santa. Who's the guy that played Santa? I thought that was pretty cool.
The State Farm guy.
I like it.
He's a farmer's guy.
Yeah, I like it because like they have him jacked and stuff. I just thought that was funny.
So that's how he really is. So that's a funny one because I've watched an interview with him, and he was years ago he was doing a movie, and he saw himself in the movie, and he was like, man, I look like shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm never gonna look like shit again. So he really works out a lot to get to where because he just looks like an old guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he never plays that character.
Right.
But obviously when you're playing against The Rock, he can show the world like, no, because there was like a meme of him lifting weights in one year, and everyone's like, holy shit, like this guy, what the hell? So yeah, he's a health guy, but he always plays like a detective or some shit like that where he doesn't wear these things. Or he was in Spider-Man. He was the head of the Daily Planet.
He was. But you know what he would have been good at?
What?
Nobody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because you see him like, oh yeah, it's the State Farm guy or the farmer's guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, he's kicking people's ass.
Yeah. So supposedly they're coming out with a Nobody too.
I heard that. I'm eagerly anticipating that one.
I could see that. Because they're the guy that wrote John Wick is writing it. So
yeah.
And it's such a cool parallel. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. I'm sure it'll have something to do with the kids, but
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me sidejack us here for a minute.
Yeah, please.
So I know you recently started picking up podcast listening.
Yeah.
Right. So I always listen to podcasts while I'm working.
Yes.
And I want to know if I'm the only person this happens to. And I listen to a lot of storytelling podcasts. The one today that I was listening to, this instance, is Snap Judgment.
Okay.
Really good one, just telling stories. But anyways, I'll listen to these podcasts while I'm working. And for whatever reason today, like it was on a basketball story about a woman that started a league that feeds into the WNBA, how she did it by herself and all this. Next thing I know, it's a lady talking about tracking down footprints looking for a missing child. And it's like I miss, like, what
You time jumped.
I literally time jumped. Like, where did this happen? Like, I don't even know where it changed. But they'll go to break and then they'll bring another story in, kind of like This American Life.
Right.
But that's what happened. It's like, dude, it's
kind of like when you fall asleep when you're watching TV and it's a totally different show on and you're going,
what happened?
wait, what where am I?
Have you ever done that? Like, fall asleep when you're traveling and just for a split second when you wake up, it's like, where am I?
Successfully, no, I've never done that because I never truly fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like I just drift in that, like where it feels like you're just drifting and you're awake, but really you're falling in and out of consciousness, and it's just your brain is stitching it all together.
You never get to the REM sleep.
Yeah, you're like you drift in and out for like an hour, and in your brain you think only 10 minutes has passed by, and then you're like, oh shit, I must have actually fallen asleep.
Yeah.
It's basically you black out. Yeah.
Yeah, the only time it's happened to me is it was like if I just exhausted.
Yeah.
And
I will do that like in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, 100% I'll do it in the hotel room, but never on a plane.
Well, I was talking specifically in a hotel room. And, and I just wake up and it's like, where am I?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, we're on a trip.
Yeah. Oh, no. So, and yes. Oh, no, that'll happen in the hotel room all the time because I'll be like, wait a minute, what time is it? Yeah. And then the calendar will just go into my brain. I'm like, I'm going to be tired all week.
Exactly.
This is going to suck.
Yeah.
I'm never not going to be tired. Oh, shit. This is not going to be good.
It's the same kind of phenomenon, just listening to podcasts, zoning out, and next thing you know, something else happened. It's like, oh.
Well, that's why I can't listen to podcasts. I can't listen to podcasts. I can't listen to anything because, like, the conversation I'm having in my head half the time is taking up all the space that I have for shit like that. So, it's just like.
Well, and here's when it happened. Is like we had on our other show that anybody's watching this certainly knows about the other show.
Yeah,
we had someone mention about Helix software being so user friendly. Well, it's like I'm very good in Excel. Like I'm mastering my craft in Excel.
All right.
When it comes to Minitab now, that's a different thing. So Excel, you do something wrong, it's like, oh no, you did something wrong. Check D9 or C13. That is probably where you messed up. When you go to Minitab, it's like, no. Like, what do you mean no? You messed up. Okay, how'd I mess up? Hit the help tab, we'll help you. And it's like a live help thing or like a forum. Like, Jesus. And every time you do
Minitab is like Excel, I'm guessing.
Minitab is a modified version of Excel.
Gotcha.
And it mostly engineers use it, but there are a lot of instances where I need to use it to do something more complex than what Excel. You can do it in Excel, but it's just more steps.
Right.
But Minitab's you can tell an engineer built this.
Right.
Because just in your line of business, when an engineer only they think of things, it's black and white, there's no gray.
Correct.
And it's like yes or no, this will work or this won't work. How'd you mess it up? Start over.
Oh,
it's like okay. Yes. This is why I hate you.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's part of one of the tools you got to use for Lean Six Sigma stuff. And they actually called me out on one. There's like, what'd you use to build this graph? I was like, oh, Minitab. They're like, no, you didn't. I was like, okay, I use Excel, man. Minitab sucks. okay? Like,
No, you didn't.
yeah, that's like the Office version of a sick burn.
Oh, really?
No, you didn't. You didn't use Minitab. I can tell.
Yeah, it's not as cool, man.
Yeah,
Data's not right.
exactly.
Oh, that's funny. No, I mean, I suck at all that. So, I use the Apple version of it, which is numbers. So, Apple, you have, Keynote,
Yeah,
pages, and numbers.
yeah. Numbers is the
And I know enough of those to do what I need to do. And that's it. And even like pages, like for making PowerPoints and shit like that, PowerPoints suck.
dude. I'm in the world of PowerPoints,
And I hate PowerPoints where you got to keep clicking and like
the animations. I hate animations. I don't know if that's because I have some kind of video presence to me that I've done, and I've edited. But
if an animation is what you need to use to carry your PowerPoint, you suck.
Yeah, your PowerPoint is not making the point. You're trying to, it's like using flowery words when you don't need to.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to, there's a time, just like cuss words, there's a time and a place to use cuss words and have effect with it.
Right.
You execute that perfectly.
Yes.
But people that just cuss every single word out of their mouth, it's like that means nothing now.
No, you've saturated the market.
Right. Yeah. And
it's like crying wolf.
And whether you're smart or dumb, if you curse too much and it's not effective, you seem as if you're dumb.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So it seems as if you don't know how to get your point across. Dude, Minitab's such a pain in the butt, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Got to use it though, I guess.
Yeah. But no, so PowerPoints, it's funny. I honestly just use PowerPoints just so I can go to the next slide. I build all my slides in other programs
and then
drop them into PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so basically boring and stupid. And it's like, I don't want a shitty font. I want a cool font. Because to me, a PowerPoint's in there again. It really depends what you're trying to do. But I've been in classes where these guys will have books up on the screen and they'll be like, you should take a picture of this. And I'll be like, okay, that's kind of useful if that's what, but no one is ever going to go back and look at that picture.
No.
So I have a better idea. Why don't you just get me excited about your shit and maybe I'll learn something. How does that sound? Does that sound better? But again, I don't know. I mean, I might be, so there's this card, storyteller tactics. So it's this guy makes this box of cards called Storyteller Tactics, and I've been looking at them. It's like $100, and basically what you do is you use that to design PowerPoints.
Yeah.
So how to tell a better story when you're doing a PowerPoint, because the only way to captivate people is to tell a story, and the story is this boring thing that is in front of you, but I have to make it interesting because I don't want you to fall asleep. So, unbeknownst to me, I can do that. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know. I just applied myself to say, okay, who do I know that talks to people professionally? Nobody. Well, okay, stand-up comedians. Okay, I can watch them.
Yeah.
So, I watch stand-up comedians as research. What is this guy saying? Where, and like, can you see the audience? How is the audience reacting? When you watch Dave Chappelle, most of the time the audience is kind of bored until the very end when he drops the punchline and everybody loses their shit. And you're like, okay, so he captivates people with the story, sometimes wins them, sometimes loses them. And then you have somebody like Bert Kreischer that is just like, boom, 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 boom. He's just telling these outlandish stories throughout the whole thing. And you're going, oh, this is like, he's got the audience in the palm of their hands.
Yeah.
But one of the things that a really good deliverer of a story is that you have an overall story, right? That like you have to cover the big story, but to get to the big story, you have to go through all these little journeys.
Yeah.
And so that is, and then wrap it up in the end, and everyone goes, oh shit, he just put the key in the lock.
Right.
You know, when you can do that, it's great. But we've actually had to teach some classes that weren't that. Like we had to do like a couple best of classes.
Yeah.
It's like, and at the beginning, I'll be like, all right, look, this class is goulash. Okay. Like there's no big reward at the end other than if you just go on this journey with me, we're going to take you through a bunch of stuff and, you know, we're going to get to the end. And in the end,
Right.
you're going to know a bunch of shit and or you're not, you know, and, those is funny because there's no big payoff in the end other than ta-da.
This is
Yeah,
it.
this
Best
is
of
it.
2024. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it though. I find it fun.
Well,
yeah.
The guy, one of the mentors that I have from corporate, he's very good at using PowerPoints. He'll start off by telling his story. It won't even be in a slide. You know, he'll just tell a story.
Yeah.
He'll show like a movie clip. Like, hey, look, watch this movie clip. And now we're going to break down what he's trying to teach you from the movie clip.
Right.
Like, did you see how he entered the room or whatever he's trying to do? So he's very, very good at that. And because he's telling his story. So,
right. So you got to get storytellers. So Fernando goes, dude, we should buy this. And I go, I might. It's only like $100.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like choose your own adventure story, but it's for making PowerPoints.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. Because, you know, when I'm doing a PowerPoint, it's like I have an outline and that is my PowerPoint. Like, here are the things we want to talk about. And I know that, like, I've done enough of these to where it's like, I know that there's going to be stories here.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, but I can't write, tell story here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Because the room might not be ready then for it. You might be like, oh, this is not a good spot to tell this story or or I got to tell a different story, you know, because, you know, in the, you know, like when we did OEM integration and we showed everyone like the stuff, it was like, how many of you guys have this? Don't raise your hand because you guys aren't supposed to. Ow! You know, Jesus Christ. Why you threw my shoulder out, making me lift my hand? So, all right. So none of you have ever experienced this. So this is going to be a first for all of you. You know, they all just, you know, like, you know, and it's like, you know, yeah. Had a guy down. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's useful to pay for things like that. That you like. I pay for Canva just because it's very easy for me to do a thumbnail in there. Not only a thumbnail for whatever video I'm doing, but a thumbnail for like my shows I do and whatnot, or just general picture editing that I want to do.
What's it called?
Background Canva. It's, I think it's like it's $12.99 a month or like $100 for a year or something like that. But I use it because then you can use it for free.
Right.
But to get the pro stuff, there's like pro assets. What it is there's a bunch of assets you can use in there. So that's very helpful. And mostly that's what you're paying for is all the assets because you can use all the tools for free.
It's Canva?
Canva, yeah.
Oh, Canva app. Oh. AI photo and video. Okay.
Yeah, and I haven't even used the AI part because they didn't have that for a long time. Actually, I do now for background remover. They upgraded the background remover with AI, and it does work a lot better.
See, that's the nice thing. Like, Apple does a really good job with that, and they give you that inside. Believe it or not, one of the easiest ways to use that is in their Pages.
Yeah,
because their Pages app has it. And so it's like, I actually use Pages now because we have to create a lot of content for Facebook and Instagram for some of our manufacturers. And so I'll actually do it in Pages. Because I'll use Pages as my repository because I can just keep adding another background or adding a slide. So a lot of the times I'll make a wallpaper around it, and then I just need an image to slide in the back. PowerPoint works.
That's the best thing about the Apple software suite. It's free to an Apple user. Yeah. And it can integrate with all the Office stuff. Yeah. So it's kind of a no-brainer if you're using Apple.
But we have a couple other apps that we use that have some really neat functionality to them. So there's like 3 or 4 apps that I just use a lot. And that just gets me where I need to go. And it's like, well, you could just do it all in Adobe.
No,
Yeah.
thanks. I don't want to do anything in Adobe.
Right.
Like Adobe.
What's up, Steve?
Yo, what's going on? Adobe sucks.
Yes.
Like everything I do sucks.
Yeah.
Premiere sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be one of the cool kids. I'm gonna use DaVinci. No.
Oh, you want to use DaVinci Resolve? Oh my God,
dude, that's horrible.
I mean, it's a big app, man.
Dude, it is the Android of editing software.
I mean, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can do all this stuff, but I got all these apps I can't remove. You know, the Verizon social network app. Also,
no. I mean, you know, for me, I didn't want to use Final Cut because after using Aperture and then Apple deciding that they didn't want to support it anymore, I was like, man, I don't ever want to go down a rabbit hole and have to learn an Apple software and just know that they could destroy it at any minute because somebody at the company was like, yeah, we're done developing for this. We just don't think the market's there. And so Final Cut is that it's like, shit, you know, what are they going to do there? You know what I mean? It's like, it's a good enough app to where it's like, it does everything you need it to do. It's not a really hard app, but it could be if you need it to be.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like going from iMovie to that was super simple. And then the power that it has that's down inside of it is great. It's like, I just hope Apple never decides that they want to move away from it.
They have a pretty strong base in that, so I hope they keep it, but you never know.
Yeah. The one thing they do that is annoying, but yet equally is their magnetic timeline. The magnetic timeline can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, there are other ways around it. There are some workarounds to make it not as annoying, but for the most part, I don't have to deal with it, and I can get it to do what I want pretty quick. So,
I mean, yeah, that's the most important things: familiarity with the software and doing what you need.
Well, and like I just got done editing that the Salesman of the Year video, and it's like, it's all these questions and all these parts, and it's like, so they're micro edits. It's like, you got to make, part 1. It's like, and then so it's like you edit part 1, and it's like, I need this to be in a bubble. I don't need. So it's like you make a compound clip out of it, and it takes all those pieces and makes it one video. The secret is to not put audio to it, because you can go back into a compound clip and remove pieces. But if you've sunk audio to it, then it totally screws it up. So you always just do that on the outside.
Yeah.
And it's like, learn that the hard way. But it allows, so when you're done, instead of having 2,000 little chop ups, it's just like, you have 9.
Right.
Like, oh, this is fantastic. And the one other thing that I found that's cool about compound clips is you can adjust the volume in the clips. So when you're having conversations, and then once you make it a compound clip, it all goes back to 0. So if you want to gain adjust after that, you can.
Global EQ, bro.
Yeah, dude, honestly, it is. Yeah. It's like, oh shit. So you can go back and color grade it and do whatever you want to the whole clip. And it's like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm not big on color grading, but this video, I did a bunch of color grading to it to just to mood, give it a mood. So
it's a different type of video. It's not
it's not our standard style video. So
right.
You want it to have, the music was more important, volume of the music was more important, and so you're trying to make it, you're trying to pretend, you're trying to make it seem like there's more going on than there is, because it's just a boring ass video.
Well, that's like People think DSP is confusing. Get into photo and video editing software.
Oh yeah, it's a nightmare. Yeah, oh for
That's
sure.
where the real nerds are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's funny too because I let Fernando shoot this one because I was like, all right, because he's like, oh, we're gimbling this out. We're gonna do this, and I was like, dude, we reshot this thing 4 times. I mean, we were like, we
little Scorsese over there.
Oh my god! Like we shot it one time, the audio was bad. We had to reshoot the whole thing, and then he wasn't paying attention to the highlights, so we blew out the highlights. And I was like,
dude,
all right, so we need to have a 101 class here on what you need to be doing as far as watching the 4 corners and showing them how to shoot a video in manual mode so that you can adjust. It's like, listen, we always want a blurry background. The lens we have is an f4. So that'll always be fine as long as you keep it focused on me. It's got facial recognition software, so as soon as you tap me, it should follow me. You have your gimbal. We're fairly wide. We're at like 24 millimeter. You just need to keep an eye on that ISO so we don't blow out the backgrounds.
Right.
Because auto sucks.
Well, seeing all those stats are great for a full frame camera.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a micro four thirds, bro, 4.0 ain't doing nothing for you.
No, but that's why we have a full frame
exactly. Yeah. And that's why 24 millimeters is wide enough. Otherwise, you'd want a 12 millimeter or something.
And we have one of those.
Yeah.
We have that. But for this, because there again, he's a video project that he wants to do at MasterTech. And I was like, okay, well, you need to learn how to use this camera because, every time you go off and do something, you're not getting it. You're not getting, and it's like, and then the other thing too, we figured out is we were using multiple different microphones and I was like, okay, so next time, like one day we need to sit down and we need to figure out, okay, this is the microphone that has no adjustment. This is what the camera is going to be set as.
Right.
Now we have to make every other microphone we have that has a manual adjustment on it match this microphone so we can plug in and out microphones and we'll always have the same sound. And it was like, that was driving me nuts. Because it's like, I just need this 30-second clip. And then and you're like, H Christ.
Yep. That's a nightmare for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're switching from shotgun sound to like a wireless loud or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the shotgun sound is never as intense.
Yeah.
As the shotgun. But the shotgun is so much easier. Especially, and that's what we use most of the time. Lavaliers are fun because you can be 20 feet away from it. And that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to get some farther away shots, and so it was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Right. And shotguns can be great in a lot of situations. It's very dependent on the situation you're in.
Yeah. Plus, there was a couple, like I was going to be turned away from the camera because you have to film a skit where you're actually selling. Like,
oh shit.
Dude, it was so fun. Like you have to record a phone call, a sales pitch on a phone call.
Oh man.
And we did it and we got an echo because we were using the lavalier and it echoed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we got to reshoot this whole damn thing. And it was like literally every shot we filmed twice, if not 3 or 4 times. Like it was the most frustrating thing ever.
I just like, you guys win, whoever else is in it. I'm done.
No, dude, trust me. And to be honest, when I first read over the criteria for making the video, I almost was like, I'm done.
You got me. You got me.
Yeah, you win. And Fernando's like, "Doe, man, we can do this." And I'm like, "I know we can. I know we can, but I don't know if I want to." He goes, "Well, it's because you're picky." And I go, "I know, and I know what it's going to take to do this." And he goes, "We'll be fine." And I was like, I mean, we made it through it, but it was it was so hard. And I'm like, man, like people just don't get how hard it is to create these like this stuff like this, like Rockford did did 2 videos recently. They did one where they from SEMA and they did one from Dino's Get Down, and they're both little simple videos. and it's like I'll dissect them because that's what I do. And it's like, okay, this part is great. This part sucks. You lost track here. Don't, it's like this whole section, don't ever do that again. These two pieces, do those every time. But it's hard to get that if you don't have consistency. Like if you don't have a plan, So
yeah, you can't just shoot on the fly, and
no.
if you do, you need so much extra footage that if you're going to try to put something together that's cohesive.
Oh yeah.
But you need to have an idea of the shots you want.
Oh yeah. Well, that was
before you start.
like we needed a Paul interview in this one.
Yeah.
And we shot it the first day, and Fernando comes back over because I wasn't there. I go, I'm gonna stay here. I don't want to make Paul nervous. And he came back over and he goes, all right, we're shooting that again tomorrow. And I said, what happened? He goes, dude, Paul just he froze, man. That camera was. I was like, well, yeah, okay. I said, okay, I get it. He goes, yeah. He said, we'll do it again tomorrow. And I said, okay. So all right, well, tomorrow, let's bring the tripod. Let's move the camera across the room as far as we can get it from him.
Zoom that bitch in.
And we'll zoom it in. And he's like, yeah. I go, oh, fuck yeah. I said, move it the fuck over. Get it over. Get it 10, 15 feet away.
He's like, listen, I got a whole gun safe, and we're going to pull out of there. We're going to pull the white ones out.
Yeah.
Ain't messing around no more.
Yeah. I was like, just move it as far away from him as you can. We're lavaliered. It'll be fine. Just get it out of his face because he's just going to be nervous. I said. Right. And so he interviewed him, and he got tons of information. And he goes, and it was, but it's funny because it wasn't cohesive information. It was just like, here's a drawer.
Word salad.
Yeah, it was. I was 100%. It was, yes, it was word salad. And he's like, there's something in there. You're going to have to dig for it though. And I was like, okay, fine. And so, and I did. I cut it and spliced it and smacked it up and flipped it and rubbed it down. And, it was like, okay, cool. That'll work. I got what I needed from it. But it's like, yeah, I mean, that's also a talent. It's like being able to talk to somebody and make them feel comfortable and want to do this. Like everyone is always tough until the camera's facing them.
Until they start hearing their own voice too. This is how I sound. Yes, nobody knows how they sound until you edit your own voice.
Oh yeah,
several hundred times, and it's like, okay, I'm tired of hearing myself, but this is what it is. I accept it.
Yeah. So Brian went in on the podcast, and he put some bass in his voice.
I remember.
And I go, why? What are you doing? He goes, what do you mean? My voice doesn't sound like that. I go, your voice doesn't sound like you've done it. I said, now I got to fix that. Stop doing that shit. People, your voice doesn't sound that. The voice sounds that way in your head. That's it. Yeah. No, not in real life.
I love the podcast thumbnail. It's like one of these. I actually have one here.
Oh, is that the thumbnail it's giving you?
That's the thumbnail it's giving me. Ron on the couch like this, with the mic on his chest.
Really? Yeah. That's weird.
Yep, it's one like this.
No, I know what it is. Yeah, but I'm surprised it's giving you that thumbnail.
That's what it's on. I use what the hell is it called?
Because it's not taking the artwork.
I use Overcast. So which pulls, I think, from Apple podcasts. But that is, matter of fact, I just listened to that episode, so it might have cleared.
So I know why it's doing that, because all of a sudden, so the original podcast we did in GarageBand.
Yeah.
And GarageBand sucks. It's very hard to use if you don't know what the hell you're doing and use it all the time. Because it's music editors and movie editors, two totally different skill sets, which doesn't make any sense. So I was trying to edit in GarageBand and was just miserable. And so I moved back into Final Cut. And so when it exports it, it's exporting it with that clip. And I'm like, why is it doing that? So that's him why he's all right. So I got to figure out a way to change the clip.
And I'm trying to find it so you can see.
I know exactly what it looks
Yeah,
like.
you know which one it is. Yeah, but
Well, yeah, because the clips all have that icon on them. Like the chips, the ones that are edited on Final Cut all have that has their little, when you see the file, instead of it saying like AAC or whatever, it has that. I'm like, and I was looking at it going,
wait, what the hell's the name of the show? Why can't I?
Car Stereo Talk with Dean and Hifivega. Oh, sorry,
No,
it's Car Stereo
it's
Talk.
a 5-star Car Stereo podcast on mine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the logo.
Yes.
For the podcast itself.
Yes.
And then, well, let's see. That one shows up regular. What? It's working now.
But the file itself, that is the thing that you saw,
right?
Is the file logo,
right?
So what I need to do is, I know how to fix it. Yeah, I know how to fix that.
Yeah, we're solving problems.
Well, because when Final Cut export, it just takes wherever the cursor is over.
Yeah,
and uses that as your thumbnail. So I just need to put a thumbnail of the artwork, a really tiny, skinny thumbnail of the artwork right there, and then just make sure the cursor is sitting over that, and I'll export it with the right thumbnail on it.
Yeah, because when I seen it, I was like, Dean's cold as ice. I was like, everyone just with the mic on his chest.
Oh, dude, he just sits on his couch and he just puts it back. He's got his laptop sitting there.
It's like the like whenever they do people what your phone sees at night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, he's totally chillaxing. Because we film 2 to 3 of those at a time.
Yeah.
So we'll probably not this weekend because I'll be gone. The week after we'll film them again. Dude, the funny thing is I'm like, dude, you need to come up with some topics because you're the one that wants to do this every week.
Yeah.
No, he's falling flat. I'm like, dude, you gotta understand the reason why Fernando and I stopped doing this is because I ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just basically regurgitating the same shit he and I would talk about. I mean,
you know what you should do?
What?
I don't have them all. I've been meaning to put them all in the playlist for Sidejag.
Right.
But just go back and the shit we've covered.
Oh yeah. Like right.
Like annoying car audio trends.
It's not bad.
Yeah, annoying car audio trends is like one we've done multiple times.
Yeah.
What annoys you in car audio in general? Annoyances are pretty good.
Annoyances are pretty popular for sure.
I get annoyed. A lot of people get annoyed by a lot of things.
Brian gets annoyed real easy. So
yeah.
That probably wouldn't be a bad one. Haley's home. Annoying car audio trends. That's a good one. I'm gonna write that one down because you're right. That is a solid one.
And we've had so many of those type of things that we've stumbled across some pretty good ones, but then again, we do what we do. I think that's our most viewed one. Another one we done was SQ versus SPL versus SQL. Oh, another good one that's fairly popular is like overrated, underrated, but that's just a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
This one's pretty popular. DIY guys be like, installers be like. You guys already done a tools one.
Yeah, but you can, a lot of those you can go back to. So
right.
I think anything that just says annoying is probably a good one.
This was a good one that we done. Was like how the internet changed car audio.
Oh yeah, made it suck.
Yeah.
All right. So
audio trends we hope stay. A good one. What were the 90s like in car audio? That's one we done.
Best time ever.
Diminishing returns in car audio.
Everything.
Yeah.
So what have you been watching other than Christmas movies?
Oh,
Anything?
okay. I've actually been watching some stuff. I
Okay.
guess I could have talked. We didn't even talk about Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving. I gotta
Did
be
you
honest.
have anything spectacular that's out of the ordinary? Me
No.
neither.
Yeah. Just,
Although I will say, like, one of my nieces always makes pumpkin pies, always really good. My other niece, she had tried to make a pecan pie,
ooh.
failed before, made it this year, really good. This
Oh,
year, like the version she did this year is really good.
didn't get pecan pie. Still kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
Had the
Only had one
weirdest
slice.
had the weirdest pumpkin pie though.
What do you mean?
I don't. It was weird. Like
Was
I
did
looked.
someone trying to pass off sweet potato? You
No,
know
no, it
what
was
about that?
pumpkin pie, but it
Yeah.
wasn't really a pie. It was bizarre. It looked like baby poop, and it was creamy. It looked like
And it had no crust or
it had
something?
crust, but it was just like it was a weird creamy pie instead of a cooked pumpkin pie. And when you
Really?
cut it open, there was like whipped cream inside of it. And
Oh, so it was like if Jello No Bake made a pumpkin pie.
yes,
I don't know if I would like that.
it was actually really good.
Was it really?
Okay, I liked it. Apparently, Sue did not.
I think that in the spectrum of things, if we're going food picks, I think I would have to side with what Sue picks, just based on like if the two families ever collided,
Yeah,
or three, because we can include Derek with this. You, Derek, and Cassie would all eat the same stuff.
right.
Like I would eat, like
Yeah,
Derek.
you all go.
Oh, I would eat.
Yeah. You guys are like, we're going to kill a cow.
Exactly.
Enjoy.
Dude, I've watched some crazy stuff actually, all documentaries. The Cold Case, John Benet Ramsey.
Ooh, was that good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I've been looking at that one.
They had the dad on there the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, the dad was on there the whole time. A lot of information that I didn't know at the time when it was going on came forward. It's pretty well paced. I think it's like 3 episodes, 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah. All right.
That one's definitely worth watching.
All right, I'll watch that one. What's up, Chris?
Dang, hope she gets better, brother. That's no good.
That sucks.
The one that I won't recommend watching is By Now the Shopping Conspiracy.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Oh,
God, that does suck. So this is talking about places that like Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
When they throw away their purses, they'll like cut them so no one can.
Yeah.
They're not doing them in resale shops and stuff because they're trying to keep their brand.
Right. Yeah.
And it was just like, wait, I understood they were trying to push their narrative on what they think should happen. Like you're buying too much and all this. And I understood that going in, but it was just way over the top.
Okay, good.
And the worst sin than that was it was boring.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst sin. Like I could deal with the over the top, their kind of political lean on it. That's fine. But like it's boring. So that's the ultimate sin.
Okay.
So don't watch that one.
Okay.
One that takes a crazy turn, Sweet Bobby. This is about this. Apparently, all came to light in a podcast. It's about a lady that was essentially catfished for 12 years, basically ruined her whole life. And I'm not going to spoil in case somebody does watch it who the perpetrator was, but it's very it's a journey. It's a journey for sure. So if that sounds it was okay.
It was a good popcorn movie.
Yeah. So if that sounds like a journey you're interested in, someone being a catfish, the whole thing kind of it's telling about like what she was doing, and it basically ruined her life. And since you're probably not going to watch it, cover your ears if you guys don't want to hear it, all 9 of you. It ended up being her niece that did it to her. Oh, wild. And probably the best one I've watched is called Take Care of Maya. Crazy story about a little girl that was sick.
Right.
And she ended up, I forget what the disease was called, but it's like a something severe pain and multiple, it's like a MRSPS or something like that.
Okay.
And it's kind of like I'm trying to think what they call it when people have fibromyalgia
Okay.
situation where she has pain and they don't know what's going on. Her
Right.
legs are like bowing in and all this stuff. And it's kind of like not truly they can't always diagnose it properly.
Okay.
Anyways, what happens is the mom's trying to find the doctor. She's taking her all these doctors. Pain's not going away. It's getting worse. She can't walk. She's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
So they kind of get it sorted, but they get it sorted by giving her very heavy doses of ketamine, which is like the party drug, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is all doctor supervised. She gets sick. She gets cured, gets put in a coma, cured, gets sick again. They take her to the ER because she just all of a sudden sprang up. The ER determines that the mom has Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
Okay.
And that she was the one pushing all this ketamine, even though the doctors are like, no, I prescribed that. They're like, that's a lethal dose. And like trying to explain it. The mom ends up killing herself over this because the girl is taken away from the family for 96 days. Can't see them, can't talk to her for a certain period of time. The mom was always like so involved.
Yeah.
And
It's her
obviously
daughter.
the mom did have some mental issues, right?
Clearly.
And then it goes from that to the family trying to fight for, hey, you stole my kid, the doctors, you guys did this. And it doesn't come to a full resolution because the case is still ongoing.
Oh.
But it's very well documented. Like the whole movie is well done. The documentary is well done.
It sounds very depressing, though.
It is kind of depressing when it gets to that end of it. At first they show the good things, like they're hanging out with the family and all this stuff, and it goes into where like
got all of these. The John Benet Ramsey, really.
Yeah,
sounds like the winner.
Yeah. But that's what it's been, documentary heavy.
So I've been watching The Silo. Just started back up.
Oh, okay. I'm really talking about that one.
So, and then I've been watching Landman on Paramount. It's Billy Bob Thornton. It's an oil thing. 4 episodes in, and I'm kind of like, oh man, I don't know. And then I'm watching the Lioness, and that's when it's on the same Paramount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So nothing to report there. It's just weekly stuff, and I'm just kind of like, okay. Silo, honestly, is so Linus was really good, and then they decided to put plot in there. So it's like, I hate plot. And then so Silo is good. That's a good one. That's the season 2. So it's like, oh, this is kind of neat, and it just finally took a turn. So it's kind of like Fallout, but a real movie. It's not stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a cartoon. So
right, or a video game, as it were.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's honestly and then I've just been working so much, I haven't had time to do shit. So like last Sunday, it was like got up at 9:00 in the morning, got all the Christmas shit going, and then at about midnight, I think Sunday night, we were like, all right, we're done. Maybe it was 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
Haley wanted lights in the hallway, so we had to go buy lights to put in the hallway, and so now our hallway is like a Christmas light puked and so bright.
We cheese out so bad and just use the lights that just shine on your house, like you plug them in.
Oh yeah, we can't do that. No, we got like 8 or 10 freaking blow up things in the yard, and but it's all done. Like I said, it's all done. I don't have to do anything else. All the inside is everything put away. All the box, everything is just like it's all ready just to sit there and watch.
Well, we got the big house bars, the one that everyone comes to see.
Yeah.
That does it over there. So it's like, why even try to compete?
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's like we have this one house that has this tree.
Yeah.
That they just go crazy on this tree. Do you even work, bro? Honestly, I've been questioning myself that all week.
Dude, the last month and a half in this current job is the most I've worked in this current job unfortunately, like things are going bad in a department
Yeah.
that I'm one of 2 guys that can fix it,
Right.
and both guys are being tapped to the max right now. So,
Yeah.
like, it's like, hey, it's part of the job. Sometimes you gotta bust it and make it happen. But
Well, for us, it's like everyone is fine now that the election is over and life is kind of settling back down to a normal pace, and everyone is optimistic for what's coming next year. And so I've been really busy talking to people, and it's like, okay, so now I got to cut myself in half, so it's like, and we've been pretty solidly busy in the install bay. And so it's like, talk. Okay, I got to get back to work. Work. Talk. Work. And it's like,
yeah,
can we pace ourselves here?
exactly.
But oh, there you go. Very nice. That sucks. I don't mind talking to people. I mean, I have a good time with it. I actually enjoy it when I think it's almost like fishing, right? I
Yeah.
hate fishing, but I like fishing. I like catching.
Well, that's basically how I am with fishing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
I
fishing.
like catching. So I'm good at catching.
Yeah,
So, but no, a lot of talking has been going on this week, and I'm just like, oh my god, like,
yeah.
I'm tired.
That's like with me on the floor. Like I don't mind doing it as long as I feel like I'm genuinely helping you.
Right?
But if I'm just another body to fill a spot, like no, this is not.
Yeah.
If I'm genuinely helping you, then yeah, we're all in. Let's do it. We're gonna get it go. But
I mean, buy a router.
yeah. Well, listen, there's life outside of car audio, and people have to live it.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
I haven't figured out what it is yet, but
yeah,
no. I mean, like I said, I'm finally. I think everything is all set to coast. I'm trying to get everything lined up to just coast out the end of the year.
yeah.
I got a couple more pieces to get in place, and if I can get those set up in the next couple days, I won't have to, other
So
than
are we doing 1 or 2 more weeks of this then?
well, next week I guess we'll
The
do next week.
12th? Yeah,
Yeah,
next week, and then
yeah,
play it by ear from there.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So, pies, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What are we watching next week?
What would you like to watch?
Do you want to do the John Bonet?
Okay, yeah, we'll do JonBenet.
Okay.
I'll try to squeeze that in. I'll squeeze in some of it.
You know what happened basically anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah. So, all right,
all right.
we'll go from there. JonBenet it is, and that's all we got, guys. Thank you for tuning in. You guys have a great night.
See you next week.
See ya.